Okay. So we'll continue on with the Ahituka. So 783. So the Akusala Vipaka, there are 7. So these are neutral except the body, which is pain, the dukkha. But the answer is okay with this. Just now we was mentioning about the 5 senses here. So these are the 5 vijnana.
Yes.
Can, okay. So we'll go faster. If everything okay, we'll go faster. Then the kusala vipaka, there are 8. So the body becomes happy already. Then the other one is the investigating, the santirana, is pleasant. There is additional one here. Here the investigating is actually neutral. Here also got neutral, but there is additional one, santirana, which is somanasa. So that's the reason why 7 becomes 8. Then the other one, the kriya. So kriya also the everything, the 2 everything. One is the 5 door everything. The other one is the 9 door everything. These 2 are actually neutral feeling. But when it comes to the hasitupada, the smile producing, is actually somanasa. But this is only for the Buddha, or I think Arahan. I'm not too sure whether it's also Arahan or not. When they smile. Okay. Then just now we were talking about the 3, right? 3 plus 76. So the 3 is this. That means receiving neutral from the akusala group, 1. Then the neutral receiving from the kusala group, another 1. And the 5 dot everything is the 3. That's why they call it mano dhatu. In later chapters, then you'll come across this, but I just bring up that one because just now Sister Chai Hun asked about it. Then the rest except this 5 plus this 5, 10. So you have 79 balance, and minus the 3, so you have 76, which are the mind consciousness. Yeah. Then we go Sobhana. So Sobhana is the same. It's actually feeling, association, promptitude. But in the case of association, is knowledge and without knowledge. And then the neutral is also knowledge and without knowledge. Actually, I can actually put it knowledge and without knowledge, just like in the case of Lopa Mula. So it becomes only 3 lines, then pleasant and neutral. But because I was trying to emphasize that how do you name it? So this is okay. Somanasa, jnana, somanasa sagata, jnana, sampayuta, asakarika. Then somanasa sagata, jnana, sampayuta, asakarika. Because this is where we have to practice repeating the Pali word. Then you get into our mind faster and it will stay. In fact, now to me, it becomes so much more easy for me. And at times, I prefer to use Pali because most of the time, Pali becomes easier to understand. And similarly, neutral knowledge, unprompted, is upeka sahagata, jnana, sampayuta, asankarita. And then if we say without knowledge, upeka sahagata, jnana, vipayuta, asankarika. So this becomes when you repeat it, you find that it stays in your mind, and it's become very helpful later on when you study the other section of the Abhidhamma. And similarly with the Vipaka and Kriya, and in the commentary there's a lot of explanation why is it the same. They go into very fine details. I'm actually attending the a course which is on the commentary, and that course is actually also uses a few commentaries, books as their reference. But here for us here at this point, you just take it. Okay, this the same thing is repeated for vipaka, the same is repeated for kriya. That's why it 34. Now we go to rupa vachara. And rupa vachara is 555. So how does the 5 come about? It's because of the jhana factors. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 jhana factors. So this sukha and upeka is actually the feeling. So when you know that rupa vachara is actually referring to the jhana, then you find that your remembering becomes very easy. So you just remember the 5 jhana factors, and then with this table, we say, okay, first jhana, you have 5 jhana factors. Then second jhana, you drop the vitaka, then you have 4. Then the third jhana, you drop the vichara, then you have 3. Then the fourth jhana, you drop the piti, then you have sukha and ekagata. There's 2 jhana factors. Then the fifth one, you also have 2. You drop the sukha, but it becomes upeka. Okay. And there is a logic behind it. And that's how you grow from first jhana concentration to second jhana concentration to third jhana. And the reason why these are dropped, there is a reason for it. And when you drop these jhana factors, you actually go in deeper and deeper. The concentration go deeper. And that will actually improve your what you call your concentration. And with that concentration, when you go into vipassana, as what you will probably hear a lot from Dharma talks. Why is it important? Because your sharpness will actually allows you to be able to understand the phenomena better and sharper, clearer. Okay, Bande, you have raised your hand. Yeah, you have some question. You are muted. You have to unmute.
Hello.
Yes, okay.
Yes, Brother Ko, I have a question regarding the earlier slide, the jnana one. Yes. So, how to say? Can you give me show some examples of the how it actually arises actually?
I think that one is better to ask Saiji lah. She
Oh,
got better example. Offhand, I may not be able to. And then the second thing is because time is running.
okay.
We have been taking too long. I don't know whether you all have the time to stay on for so long.
Okay.
I still got a few more slides to go.
Okay.
Maybe afterward you come back if you want. But I think if Saji is online, maybe we can ask Saji to give
Yes. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thanks. So similarly, with the vipaka and the kriya is the same, similar pattern. So when you come to, you see, when from sobhana, kama vachara sobhana, then now you rupa vachara, then later arupa vachara. It's actually the vipaka and the kriya is almost the same pattern, right? Then now we go to arupa. So you see, arupa vachara is also jhana, but the jhana is also at the fifth jhana, fifth jhana. But this fifth jhana, they take different objects. Whereas just now we talk about jhana factors. In the rupa, we talk about jhana factors. Here also they got the jhana factors. That's why it's classified as the same equivalent to the fifth rupa jhana. Okay? But the objects are different. Okay? So the way they name it is also different. That's why they call it base of infinite space, base of infinite consciousness, base of nothingness, base of neither perception nor non-perception. That one is we just take it, and at this point, it's no point to go too much. Or we just assume that that is something which you have to remember. Don't delve too deep in because it's very abstract. Okay. Then similarly with the vipaka and the kriya. Okay, so this pattern keep on repeating. So when you see the pattern, you find that it's easy to remember, it's easy to recall, and then later on when you meet it, it's quite easy to come out. Then okay, we go to the Lokutara. So Lokutara, there is 8 or 14. How do you understand 8 and 14? The 8 is actually Magga and Phala, 4 each. But why is it 40? It's actually extended. Some they call it extended. Or another way is actually the jhana, because they use the jhana to enter. Okay, so let's see how it works out. So okay, in the case of Magga, yes, Sotapatti Magga. Then you have Sotapatti Phala. Okay. And then yes, Sakadagami Magga and Sakadagami Phala. So that's how you get the 4. So these things you have to just remember. No? And what you know is this is first fruit, first path. This is the first fruit. A second path, second fruit. Third path, third fruit. Fourth path, fourth fruit. Fruits. Okay. This is those which we call it straight path. Then the extended one is you go by the jhana, similar to the rupa jhanas. Whether you go, you attain your Sotapatti Magga through first jhana, then you call it first jhana Sotapatti Magga. Then first jhana Sakadagami Magga. First jhana Anagami Magga. First jhana Arahata Magga. Similarly, if the person attained Sotapatti at second jhana, then you call it second jhana Sotapatti Magga. Similarly with the Phala. So at this point, okay, and no question, good. I think this is quite straightforward. Just that the elaboration, then it becomes easy. No? Okay. So this is the chart that you Saiji provide you. When you look at this chart, what is your feeling or what is your perception about this chart? And don't worry, it's starting to comment or to say bad about anything. It's just that, how do you feel? Because there is a lot of information here. At this point, you may not be able to appreciate it, but definitely when you see this, some of you may have certain feelings or certain opinion or certain ideas about it. So let's share how do you, when you see this chart, how do you feel?
More
It's actually a
confused.
summary. Yeah, Bante. Yeah, Bante.
More confused.
But there is a lot of gems inside,
Yes.
Yeah, the amount of gems inside is fantastic. The way Saiji has actually summarized it, but maybe you are not able to see but because I've gone through the whole CMA book, I can appreciate this chart very well. It summarizes a lot, but for at your level now, it's actually very complicated. But this is all the 89 and 1-to-1 chittas. It will also relate to your so-called later state, your function, your doors, and then your what you call the VTs also. Because there are a lot of input here. Okay. Any others wish to voice their ideas or opinions or what? If not, I will move on to another one. Okay. This is the one that I actually get it from another teacher. Okay. How do you find about this? But this is bare. There's not much of information that you except the chitta on it.
I think Saji one is very comprehensive lah.
Yes.
I only but I didn't really go and study, but I feel that she has already put in all the how do I say different because she used different symbol to identify different types ma. So
Yeah.
then got different colors. So actually she how to say separate it until very detailed already, but I haven't really read through it properly. But I think if we really understand the whole thing, if we can really come out with our own, right? I mean, this is now we read Saiji's work ma. So if we really can understand the whole thing and come out with our own version, right? I think then it means we actually understood the whole Citta very well. Now you ask me to draw, I think still cannot. Even appreciating also belum habis.
That's why
Confused.
mm, that's why you have to appreciate first. Then only it goes into the mind. Then when you digest it, then you draw your own. Then you will start
Yeah,
to even better grasp how much you actually understand and how much you are able to produce in your own way. And then you try to compare. When you compare, then you see where is your understanding lacking, where is
yeah,
your information insufficient or not clear. Yeah. So once you are able to build on that momentum, then you start to grow very fast. So this is the one that Asayama was delivering in her lecture to level one. Myanmar's Abhidhamma class, they have level one, level two, level three, and then they have other levels. So this level one is for Indonesian group, which I was fortunate to get into contact, and I do join them. Yeah. I think Citta Sumitra also is in this group also. So you see, if you look at this chart, would it be easier for you to understand, Bante Ashin?
Yes.
It looks so much easier, right? But if without the notation, it's very difficult because you do not understand what it
Yes.
means. Okay, let me put in the notation. You look at the notations. Would it be easier for you to read it now?
Notation.
That means the plus is Somanasa.
Okay.
Negative is Upeka.
Mm-hmm.
Then the arrow, something like bigger, that one is Domanasa. But then I didn't give you the Sukha and Dukkha. I miss out the Sukha and Dukkha icon because my laptop have no such icon except the V lah.
Okay.
But V it tends to confuse with Vichikicha, I think. So you see, there is the second one, the Sampayutta. It's actually a circle, a small circle, but I could not get that thing, so I used the apostrophe to
Okay.
indicate the Sampayutta. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so to read this graph or to read this chart, okay, I've actually come up with another slide which will help you better. Okay, so this is the blow up of the so-called the icon that they use in just now that one. Okay, like for example, you look at my icon under Loba Mula Citta. You see, you have the Asankarika, right? The A.
Yes.
Okay, so you go back, you see the A and then the S, Asankarika and Sasankarika. Okay, so we come back to here. Okay, so A stands for Asankarika, S Sasankarika. Then here the plus is Somanasa. You get it? And then here the small circle is Sampayutta. And this Sampayutta in this case refer to Diti Gata Sampayutta.
Okay.
So it comes in a pair this way. Okay, so this is a pair. That means after Asankarika, then it Sasankarika.
Sasankarika, yeah.
Then this one you see, this is the second pair. This one is only plus, is Somanasa. But there is no There's no Sampayuta
circle.
here.
Uh.
Here you got Sampayuta, here don't have. So this is
Uh-huh.
where the Vipayuta is. So it's Diti Gata Vipayuta.
Vipayuta.
Yeah. Then this one is same, but it's Sasankarika. And then when it comes to
Diti
here,
Gata
this is
Sasankarika.
fourth pair.
Uh-huh.
This is the Upeka.
Upekha.
Upeka, Sahagata, and then the Ditigata, Sampayuta.
Okay.
And then this is also, but this is Sasankarika. And then this is the fourth pair. This one is Ditigata Vipayuta. That is dissociate from wrong view. So that's how you get the four here. So you see what? One pair, two pair, three pair, fourth pair.
Uh-huh.
Or you can go this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So the plus sign is Somanasa.
Yes.
And the small circle is Sahagata.
Sampayuta.
Sampayuta.
If
Okay.
without the circle, it becomes Vipayuta.
Oh, without circle is Vipayuta. Okay.
And this DT, you see here they show it is DT, you see, the DT Sampayuta. Okay. Like here, you see, you put there is Patiga. It's an association.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas here, when it comes to Moha, the association is Vichikicha and Udacha. So that's how they use the labels to simplify the revision. So when you come to exam, when you read the whole chart, you read the whole thing, the 89 Cittas. So this is how the Burmese students and teachers have been learning. And I was fortunate to learn from them. So I'm transmitting it and sharing with you all. Okay? And hopefully it will help you. And this may be their style. Whether it's useful to you or not, you try yourself. If it's useful, use it. If it's not useful, improvise on it. That suits you. Because all of us have different way of remembering and understanding. Some may be more abstract. They prefer statements. Some prefer pictures. Some prefer what you call formulas. So it depends on each and every one of us. Okay. Then the other one, Then the other one, the Mahakusala. Okay. Because once you understand Mahakusala, you also understand Vipaka and Mahakriya. So the same format is being used. So here is Asakarika, Tatankarika. This is one pair, this is second pair, this is third pair, and this is fourth pair. Okay. So the first pair is Somanasa. Somanasa. Then after that, the circle is Jnana Sampayuta. So the second pair is without the circle. So it's Jnana Vipayuta. So this way, it becomes very easy, systematic to remember and to write down also. Even if you do it on your own paper, it's easy to write down. It doesn't take too much of space. So one page itself, you are able to produce it. And this is the icon for the different feelings, Okay. So I just extract this icon because the rest is actually quite easy. So now you go back to this. Is it easy to read? If I would take away the notation, it becomes easier, right? But you see, my notation is not as powerful, you see, compared to this notation. This way of coloring, that's why Saiji gives you color. It becomes very attractive. But it takes a lot of effort to produce this color chart, color notation. So when you look back, you see how much effort to come up with diamond shape, oval shape, square shape. So they have a meaning. That's why the abbreviation, when you read this chart, you have to read the abbreviation. What does it means with this? Okay, type of citta in different shapes. Now, so the triangle is one meaning, is unwholesome. So this triangle, this is all the unwholesome. So once you see the triangle, you know this is unwholesome. Then you look for the heading or akusala, it confirms. Then you look at the diamond shape, this is wholesome. So you look for all the diamond shape. So this is wholesome, this is wholesome, this is wholesome. And these are all wholesome. Okay? But here is circle, how come? Because circle refers to resultant. Yeah. Then you only realize, oh, this is resultant. Pala is resultant. But when you just initially, when I read Maga, what is Maga, what is Pala? I do not have understanding that Maga is Kusala. I thought Maga is its own category, Pala is another category. Later only I realized, oh, Maga refers to the Kusala Citta of supramundane for supramundane, and Pala is actually the Vipaka for supramundane, for the Lokutara one. Yeah. Then only you realize, oh, then you want to count. It's easy, or you count the Vipaka, how many Vipaka, or the circle. No, you just count the circle. That's where you get the Vipaka, how many Vipaka Citta. And then here you start to realize, oh, Ahetuka is also Vipaka because it's circle. Ma. No. So this is one way of presenting. So a lot of informations are here. And then, okay, you look at the color. Okay. For example, this color, this is for the feeling. The red, the blue, and the green. And then this one is what? Brown, light brown, and dark brown. These are for the feeling. And then this gray shade and the yellow shade. Okay. Gray shade refers to the association with wrong view. Association with wrong view. So you see, on picture itself, you can see a lot of information. And then with wisdom, where did this wisdom come around? This yellow is from here. Yeah. These are wisdom. These are without wisdom. By correlation, because with and without as a pair. So with and without. But when it comes to rupa, are you aware that rupa is actually also with wisdom? Arupa is also with wisdom. When I first learned, I do not know that the rupa and arupa are also with wisdom. Yeah. And similarly, of course, Maga and Pala, Lokutara, it has to be with wisdom. Otherwise, how do you become supramundane? Yeah. So this chart itself, there's a lot of information. And on top of that, later stage of your Abhidhamma studies, you will learn about Viti. And in this, before you learn Viti, there will be functions. What are the functions that the Citta can perform? There are 14 types of functions. And in the Viti itself, that means in the what you call the flow of consciousness itself, in the process of cognizing object itself, there are different functions at different point of time. And that's where we have words like Javana, and then you have Bhavanga, you have Chuti, you have Patisandhi, and then you have Tada Ramana, and then Votapana, and of course you have Santirana, Sampatichana. Yeah. So all these things will come in very helpful, and this chart become very useful because you see the J here, this is Javana, then the PT here is Patisandhi, Bhavanga or Chuti Citta. But this is just a casual explanation for you. So keep this chart, and if you have, print it with color as it is, and then for your safekeeping, because later on you'll be very helpful for your study. Okay, so okay, I'm good about to finish already. So with all this knowledge, what do you do with it? What do you use it for? Yeah. So this is how I do. I will normally revise and occasionally reflect on it. And then if I can, I will investigate, especially when you go further, deeper into the study of Abhidhamma. You need to do a lot of investigation yourself. Now, whether mentally or whether through your what you call meditation. Right? Then after that, you'll be able to go in to learn how to look inward, and that's where meditation comes in. Look inward to where? To the mind. And this is what the Buddha Dharma is actually very unique in that sense compared to other religions, because we want to learn about our own mind. And how do you go and learn your mind? So you need awareness, you need mindfulness. Awareness and mindfulness at the bare stage is so little that we know about. But as you build up your awareness, as you build up your mindfulness, your realization, your understanding of your mind grows deeper and deeper, and it deepens and widens your understanding of your mind. And that's why in Buddhism the highlight is always about meditation, because that is the place where that is the thing where you cannot get elsewhere. In many other religions, the emphasis is on the outside world, which we live as a normal person. But in Buddhism, it always asks us to come back to our own mind. It's not other people's mind. It's not your spouse's mind, or it's not your children's mind, but your own mind. And that's where you can learn a lot. And by learning that, you'll be able to understand the other person better. And this is where it actually helps me to improve my relationship with my family members and with friends also. And this is something which I have been looking for since when I was young, but I didn't put in the emphasis. So as a result, I've been dragging my feet all this while, and it comes to this stage that I find that there's so much of lacking in my life that I've actually, in a way, waste a lot of opportunity to improve myself. Had I done all these things in my early days, I would have been a better person. I would have been probably what do you call, be able to develop my spiritual much better, much faster. But anyway, what is over is over. Just let it be, forget. Because what is past is past. We can't do anything. But those of you who are fortunate, who are young, you have the opportunity to come into, persevere on if you encounter issues. Otherwise, I would encourage you, keep on the path and keep on pursuing, and you'll find that as you go along, it becomes easier, lighter, and actually very beneficial. And how to do this? In the sutta, there are a lot of examples. One way to reinforce this learning is you have to look inward, then you have to come back again. It's not one-way traffic. As the students, we tend to take it as one-way traffic. But when you look at another way is actually that after looking inward, we have some new realizations. Then we have to go back to revise what we have understand. Reflect on it, whether our understanding is sufficient or not, whether it's correct or not, and then whether it's deep or not, whether there is an opportunity to deepen it or not. And there's another category which you can do, is to reflect back and see whether the knowledge so far that you gather, is there any errors in it? Because the transmitter may mean one thing, but as a listener, sometimes we understand it differently. So we grasp the knowledge and we hold on to that knowledge, and we thought that was what is meant. But that could be also erroneous. That could be a mistake there. So when we look inward into our mind, then we see that it may be possible that some knowledge that I have been holding on could be wrong. So it's time for me to correct it. And that is also one reason why I bring out the image of the picture. So that from our mundane, now we go into deeper. This is more subtle already. And this is also superficial, very superficial of our mind only. So we have to keep on reinforcing this. The cycle has to keep on going. And how can we create an ambience that we can keep on doing this? One good way is associate with the wise. And this is highlighted in the sutta. And we have the opportunity to have good teachers. We have to make use of those opportunities to enrich ourselves and also to help the teacher. That's why when we are attending classes, we will have to be attentive. And when we have doubts, take the opportunity to ask. Because as teachers, from the feedback I understand, if you have doubts and you do not ask, the teacher will not know. The presenter will not know. So by asking, you allow the teacher to know where you are. Then they see where they can actually, what you call, strengthen your understanding and clarify certain points which they assume that you know, or maybe they have missed out certain points which is not what you call is the presenter is not aware and that you may need it. So now when you ask about it, you will come about. And why do you associate with the wise? Because that is the only chance where you have the time to listen to the teaching. And when you have the chance to listen to the teaching, then you have to learn to be attentive so that you can remember them, remember the teaching. And then in the past, it's through recitation. So they have to recite it. But for us, we used to write notes, for example. But if you can remember and recite it, it's actually very powerful when you come to meditation. Writing notes, if you were to come to meditation and you have doubts during your sitting meditation, do you think when you open your eyes to see your notes, where will you be? Where will your mind be? So that's the power of recitation. Okay? So I used to depend very much on notes. Then I realized note writing is helpful at a certain level, but recitation becomes even more powerful when you actually are in your solitude, when you are sitting, when you're walking, or when you are doing your chore. Because when you can recite, something crops up, and you might not be able to remember the whole thing. But if you can recite certain phrases of it, you really brings back the memory. And you say, it was referring to this. Yeah. So it becomes very powerful to reinforce your learning. Then it will strengthen your knowledge. And these things come back. And then when you have all this, then you can have feedback to the wise person, and the wise person will give you another round of teaching, because your question will inspire them to give you more teachings. So why in the sutta associate with the wise is actually one of the important factors towards enlightenment, and is one of the beginning, especially for us, what they call Putujana. I hope none of us are Arya. If you are, I apologize. So you see, why is it so crucial? Last time, I have no understanding. I said, teacher is teacher. What do you mean by teacher? Which is not all teachers are wise in that sense, but they are wise in a certain sense. But the wise are a good teacher, and they will guide you towards the right path. And in the case of Buddha Dharma, if we can have Arya teacher, that would be even better. But we do not know who are Arya. So whoever are teaching the Buddha Dharma, we have to respect them. Because for the fact that they are able to teach, they are able to deliver. we should regard them as far as our level is concerned. They are considered wise. They may not be the wisest, but at least they are wiser than us. So let's respect them. So these things will keep me humble. Otherwise, the mana will come. For example, I've been studying Abhidhamma for at least 6 years already. Do you think the pride will come? The arrogance will come? It will come. But when I look at the suttas, it keeps on reminding myself, no, you are better than the first day when you attended Abhidhamma. But you are still far, far away. There's still a lot I don't understand. No? Okay, so this is the way the causal effect is happening. And when you learn later part of your Abhidhamma, then you will learn about the causal relation, patana, the cause and the effect. How does the cause create the effect? And the effect itself later becomes the cause. No. And that cause, that new cause or secondary cause, for example, becomes another effect. And this just go on and on. Yeah. So similarly, when you look at the what you call the Paticca Samuppada, the 12 causal links, it's actually also the same thing. It's just that at certain point they break it out so that it's clearer. What I'm presenting here is in a very brief way. So in the suttas, there is a lot of causal relationship that is been explained for a specific audience. So that's why you'll find that certain suttas mentioned this way, and other suttas mentioned another way. Because it was meant for this particular person. Then the next sutta is for another particular situation. And because of the Buddha's what we call psychic ability to read mind, to be able to understand the needs of the listener, is able to tailor that sutta for that particular person so that he can become Arya, or he can actually attain a better level of spiritual growth. Yeah. And that's also the reason why in the suttas there's so many, it's so simple to be an Arya, to be a Sotapan, to be Sakadagami, to be Anagami, and to be Arahant. But why is it that for us, we have been studying so many years, we are still nowhere? Our akusala is still plentiful. Or even for myself, I still have a lot of akusala. So why is it so? Probably because why? These are the people who has done their homework. We do not know how long they have been practicing, not only in that particular life, probably in many of their past lives. So they have the basic groundwork. And since they have the basic groundwork, they are able to attain it much faster. And what they need is a catalyst. And Buddha was the catalyst to help them to break through their barriers. For us, since we don't have, and that's why we are, after 2,600 years, we are still here. We are not enlightened because we fail, ma. Every lifetime we fail. So when are we going to start? So since we have the opportunity now, let's use this opportunity as our starting point. Wherever you are, start from there and move on. And as we move on, we grow, we develop, we improve, then we are getting nearer and nearer. And that's where there is another from Ayatma Aggacitta's workshop that I attend. There are 2 additional categories of people that is destined to be enlightened, and they are not Arya. There is the faith followers and the Dharma followers. Faith followers are because of their faith. They're very, very strong faith. And because of their strong faith, they will not commit the 10 ducharita. Yeah. Or they will minimize those ducharita. They will make mistakes. They will also as akusala, but it will be akusala that will not bring them to willful states. And because of their good karma, because of their good practices, they will grow with life after life. And also because of their good karma, they will probably be able to meet with wise people, Kalyana wise teachers, and they will grow. As they grow, they will come to a stage where they become Arya. So let's put ourselves and try to go into whether you are a Sada follower or you are a Dharma follower. There can be two categories that we can get into. And so long as we are persistent, so long as we are putting in the necessary effort, we should be able to get nearer and nearer to become at least the first level of Arya, the Spring Emperor. So until this point, any question? I'm about to end already. And it's almost 3 hours already. That is very long. Yeah, Bante, you have something
No
to say?
confusion, Brother Paul.
Okay, if not, I'll continue on.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank you for listening.
Thank you for
It's a
sharing, Brother Paul.
pleasure to have you all to be my
Thank you, Brother
audience,
Paul.
to learn how to present my understanding. And I also have to thank Saiji for giving me this opportunity. And she actually purposely set up this platform for it. And I'll say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu to all of y'all as well as Saiji, and to myself as well for having done my assignment.
Thank you,
Brother Cole.
Brother Paul.
Sadhu,
Thank
sadhu,
you.
Brother
Sadhu,
Cole.
sadhu.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Cole. Thank you to Sayaji for organizing this. Thanks.
Thank you, Siaji.
Yeah, Brother Paul.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
Yeah.
you.
Brother Cole.
So,
Thank
do you want
Sister
another
Sandra.
session with Brother Cole?
Okay.
Brother Cole, you want to share some more? It's okay. I mean, it's good
Okay.
for the student to when you want to share next week. Have you finished all the Citta?
Yes, as far as the Citta for today's sharing, I've completed what I prepared
Okay, all right.
for.
Okay, okay.
But
It's good
before,
for you. You train, right? It's okay. It's take it as training for you.
yeah,
Because sooner or later I'm going to retire because I want to focus actually this year I will do Abhidhamma, maybe next year I will do Pali, more on Pali. Okay. Yeah. So if you can take over, I'll retire.
not at this, not yet, not
Yeah.
yet. But Saiji, you are still young. And you are still
Yeah. I
energetic.
look young, but I'm not as young as people thought that I look at 30 or 40. Actually, I will be about your age, I think. Yeah. All right. So if you want another
Okay.
session with Brother
Before that,
Cole, you all can request now. Do you want another
before
session?
that, can I ask for forgiveness if there is any error or misrepresentation?
Yeah.
May I seek your forgiveness?
Okay, so depends on student. Do you want to have another session with Brother Cole?
On this topic,
Any topic, yeah. It's good he can share his knowledge also. Yeah.
sure.
Okay, that we will arrange another time now. Okay.
Okay.
Or actually maybe nighttime is better, no? But the problem is nighttime everybody has so many classes. Sometimes there is all the students seems to be why is it
Actually,
full of
most of
appointment.
my
Yeah.
week night I have classes,
Yeah,
different classes, suttas, some this and that, and then Dhamma talks, and then some of them are courses. So normally at night is not so suitable for me. So
okay.
I prefer weekdays.
Yeah, okay, maybe
and
we have another session like this. Now Tuesday. Tuesday is also good. because
maybe
I
not this
see-
month because I have exam coming on 31st August.
Mhm.
I have to prepare my studies to
Okay.
this is MBES exam, Malaysian Buddhist Examination Syndicate.
Oh yeah. On which topic?
Okay.
Is
Which topic?
about Dharma, more on Dharma.
Okay.
I'm taking the higher level, so a lot of essays.
Okay, all right. Okay. So next month lah. It's okay, no problem. Okay. So okay, so we finish it. Thanks for the call for this sharing. So it's good that we have a lot of Malaysian brothers like you all who are very active. Okay. So I hope also more brother, it's like brother also sister. Now it's equality in gender. So sister also must be go ahead, must be a Dhamma sharer. We call it share the Dhamma. Okay. All right. Okay. See you on tomorrow.
Saiji, you want to have sharing of merits and
Maybe you lead lah. Actually, I'm not so fond of chanting. Actually, I
okay,
prefer to
okay,
analyze the body rather than chanting.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
So because I think it's good to have a habit of sharing of merits and the taking of aspiration,
Okay. Good.
because this will help. In fact, last time I also have reluctant to do all these things, but as what you call so repeated doing it, and then from some commentary, it does tell me that this repeated doing is actually a habitual way of
Yeah, habitual.
habitual karma, and because I don't have the habit of sharing merits in the past, even though when I was doing good things, then later when I follow some sutta studies, there were quite a few of suttas that mentioned about importance of sutta sharing, merit sharing, or not so much of merit sharing in that sense, but more of a dedication of merits, so that the beings that is in need of it, when they rejoice, they actually create their own good karma. Okay, so let's put our palms together. Chant the Pali. If you want, you can read the English, but let's chant the Pali. Idamme punyan asawa kaya waham hutu. Idamme punyan nibbanasa pacayo hotu. Mama punya bagan sabah satanan badi. Te sabe te sanam punya bagan labantu. Sadhu, sadhu. And let's wish the Buddha Sasana to last longer by chanting the Buddha Sasana Chiram Pratu 3 times. Buddha Sasana Chiram Satu. Buddha Sasana Chiram Satu. Buddha Sasana Chiram Satu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you.
See you all next